Walk on with the big thumb. Walk on. Alright, I'm sorry. Alright, so trade recap for the day. Uh yeah, wow. Today's price action was ugly as shit. It's honestly a miracle that I made money today. But anyways, let's get into it. Hold on. There we go. Alright, so going to the day. Alright, so overnight I was bearish. I wanted to see price reach previous day low. But when I went to sleep, this daily candle was like all the way up here. So I was like, okay, just gonna wait to see what happens, like what market looks like when I get on the charts, because I was not exactly sure what was gonna happen. But if you look on the 4 hour, so we had this open high, and we also had this no wick. We get this 4 hour CISD to the upside, but obviously that wasn't real because we get this 4 hour CISD back to the downside. So once we got this 4 hour CISD back to the downside, obviously I'm just back to bearish. I want to see previous day low get taken, and today was an interesting day to say the least. So I'll get into this first. So previous day low was my target. This is where this line is. Let's see. This is market open right here, 9:30. So market open, we go higher, we manipulate, right? And we close back below 9:30 open. So to me, I'm like, okay, we're about to take previous day low right now. I didn't want to take an entry off this. So I was like, all right, probably it's going to be a no trade day for me, or maybe I can take some longs after we take previous day low. We missed previous day low by less than a point. So off the rip, I was like, okay, today's probably going to be really weird price action. So when that happened, I was like, all right, if we actually reverse from this point, we're not getting expansion in either direction. Like, it's going to be a seek and destroy. So 10 a.m. opens. What do? Expand away. So instantly, I'm like, okay, today is just going to be seek and destroy conditions. Okay, so that's kind of how I knew it was going to be seek and destroy before it actually became seek and destroy. All right, but I was looking for longs first. I'll get into why I was looking for longs. So we had an SMT with previous day low. Obviously, that got disrespected, but we did have it. And then we had a SMT, or we had a, was it a two-stage? I believe it was. Okay, this was an SMT at some point, but obviously it got disrespected. A lot of these SMTs I have marked out got disrespected. So we'll kind of just walk through what I was marking out at the time. So at the time, I believe what I took this off of was, we had a two-stage SMT on the 4 hour. Yeah. Okay. Yo, hold on. Dude, this chart is actually like super hard to look at right now. Hold on. I need to. Okay. We had an SMT with this low. Oh, okay. My fault. It was this 4 hour candle. All right, so we took the 2 o'clock 4 hour candle NQ and we did it on YM. So that's our first SMT. Now our next SMT, if I remember correctly, no, YM took it, didn't it? Yeah, YM took it. Because if we look at 10 a.m. open on YM. Yeah, okay. So we had the two-stage SMT. We had SMT with previous 4 hour here. I mean, the 2 o'clock 4 hour candle. And then the 10 o'clock 4 hour candle opened and YM swept it. So we had a two-stage SMT. We had an SMT right here. Obviously, like I said, it got disrespected. The majority of these SMTs are going to be disrespected because look at the chart. But anyways, once we had that two-stage SMT, I was still skeptical of longs because we missed previously low by half a point, but it didn't matter. Like, you gotta kind of take not necessarily your feelings, but like what you want to happen, you gotta take it out of the equation, right? So obviously I wanted us to take previous day low, but I can't ignore the fact that we traded away from it off a two-stage SMT and we're getting continuation signatures. I can't ignore that. Okay. So I was looking to take longs off this 3-minute CISD. Obviously these two candles fail to close above, and then once we finally get the closure above, it's way too far gone for me to take it. So I missed this entry, but the reason why I was looking for longs, 2-stage SMT, trading away from 10 o'clock open, and we're just getting strong continuation signatures. So, I mean, technically this was trading against a failure swing, but the reason why I was okay with taking it is because I wanted to see price fill this 4-hour fair value gap. Because in my mind, if we were going to miss previous day low, and we were actually going to show some signs of strength, that we were going to go to this 4-hour fair value gap, and then this 4-hour fair value gap was going to deliver us to previous day low. Now, I didn't get my entry on the longs, but took some shorts. So once we fill 4-hour fair value gap, literally what I'm looking for is just confirmation that we are going to manipulate this high. And we get that literally instantly. So this 3-minute candle fills the 4-hour fair value gap, and literally the next 3-minute candle is a huge down close candle, right? Now, this is the first time I have taken an entry like this in like, I don't even know. It might be like more than like 6 months. I never take inverse fair value gap entries anymore, but I actually took one today. But I timed it a little bit differently. So I wanted to make sure that this 3-minute fair value gap was going to get formed. So I ended up entering like a couple seconds before this 3-minute closed, I believe, which I got my entry around here. But we inversed this 3-minute fair value gap, showing me that we have strong rejection off this 4-hour fair value gap and these highs that has the SMT. So I'm expecting price to take previous day low. I entered off the inverse fair value gap just because we didn't have a real CISC to take. Like, yes, if we close below this, that is the one you want to take. But like, that's just, I mean, if we just mark it out, I mean, that's just a really bad trade, right? So I took the inverse fair value gap, put my stop loss a little bit past it, around where this body opens up on this 1024 candle. And then once we form the 3-minute fair value gap, super confident it's going to play out, and then we get this 3-minute continuation. You could have taken this. Doesn't really matter which one you took, in my opinion. So you could have taken either one. But we had a SMT. So we had a 4-hour fair value gap fill on NQ. We didn't have one on YM, so that's an SMT right there. We had an SMT with this previous 4-hour candle, and then we also had an SMT with the previous 30-minute that YM ended up actually taking out. So we had a 2-stage SMT. So yeah, the reasoning behind both trades were super simple. It's just absolute seek and destroy conditions today. I mean, this is as seek and destroy as it gets. Like, this is ridiculous. But yeah, like, once you see conditions like this, just don't expect expansion. Like for example, if you're looking for shorts, right? I targeted previous day low, that's it. If I was looking for longs, I was targeting this 4-hour fair value gap, and that's it. I'm not expecting price to continue. Sorry if that was loud, bro. I'm like, my brain is fucking lagging today. Yeah, I'm not expecting price to expand past this 4-hour fair value gap. Because first of all, we don't really have any open draws in liquidity. And second of all, if we look at the daily candle, what is this, dude? Right? Like, we have a large wick to both sides. We're not going to get expansion in either direction. But if you're okay with taking the risk, you can use seek and destroy conditions to your advantage by, I mean, just playing both sides of the market. Obviously, like I said, I didn't get filled on this, but I tried to play both sides of the market today, and it worked out, you know? So you can trade seek and destroy conditions. I don't want you guys to think you can't. It's just sometimes seek and destroy conditions are unfavorable, but in my opinion today, these conditions were still favorable if you knew how to approach it. Yeah, sorry if that clapping actually ear raped you. Hopefully my mic cut it off because of the limit, but my brain is lagging and I'm like stuttering and shit. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know.